Now that you understand the market opportunity and you've got an understanding of your objectives, it's real important to understand the mergers and acquisitions process, or as we call it, the M&A process. This process is one in which is going to take 6 to 8 months to complete. Now, in the situation where you are going through this transaction readiness program, this gives you an opportunity to prepare. We always tell clients it is the absolute best if we can start a year to 2 years in advance of the time in which you actually want to do a transaction. It's not necessary, but it can help enhance the value of your business. All we're going to do is we're going to go down preparation to meet opportunity. That intersection is going to create a successful transaction for you. The process is really all about timing. We're going to get started in gathering information, and in gathering that information, it'll be in financials, it'll be the history, it'll be the story, it'll be your team. And that will come together in what we call marketing materials. Then we're going to go out to the market. When we go out to the market, we go out to the market in a confidential manner. Investors get a teaser that basically gives the highlights of your business, never mentions the name, doesn't mention the city. And from there, they will have to fill out a confidential NDA with us, which protects your confidentiality. Then the investor will receive the SIM, which is a confidential information memorandum. In this, it'll be anywhere from 9 to 12 pages, depending upon the size of the company. And it basically will tell an investor your story. And it tells it the story from you personally, your team, your finances, your history, and the future potential of your company. Remember, every investor is going to pay you for your historical performance, but they're buying for the potential of the future. So it's very important that we tell that whole story, which will eventually lead to some CEO or owner interviews. Out of that process, we're vetting the buyers so that the buyer actually has a good cultural match to you and your team and your business. If you don't get a cultural match, you can actually end up having a worse situation than you would without selling. So we really focus on making sure that match is there. Then you're going to move from there to what we call letters of intent. This is where the buyer is giving you a non-binding letter of intent that says, if your financials check out to what you've told us, the business checks out to what you've told us, we're willing to pay you this amount for the business. At that point, if you make the decision to go and sign that letter of intent, you now move into typically what is a 90-day due diligence period. During that period is the real tough part. This is the period of time where they're going to take a look underneath the hood at the financials with an outside accounting firm, which will do the quality of earnings. The quality of earnings is basically telling us that what you've represented in the profit margins is accurate and true. Then after we've done that, we move into the legal due diligence. This is where we actually get into the purchase agreement and work through all the different details that will be involved if there's employment agreements, non-competition agreements, marketing agreements. Maybe there's binding letters with some of your customers that have to be acquired and assumed also. And then once we've moved through legal due diligence, we go to the closing call and the execution. And then we've got what we call post-transaction. Post-transaction is where there's a transitional period. And that period is going to be at least 90 days, sometimes as much as a year, where the company is going to be integrating with your company and determining its future with the current employees and with your assistants.